Welcome back to the shop. It's the 25th of November, 2019.
Hi, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving! Alrighty, guys, that's it. Thanksgiving has rolled around again. Y'all know what that means. Plenty of good eating.
Food.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to this. We're going to have a lot of folks here. I don't think
yes, we are.
You're going to be able to make it.
Not for Thanksgiving. It'll be the weekend.
But for the weekend, I think everybody's going to be in town to do our normal after Thanksgiving thing. Let's go get our tree. All right, guys. Let's move on. Hot chocolate is good this evening.
Yummy. Cool, you make good hot cocoa.
Good. Yeah, nobody opens a package of hot cocoa like me.
It's the love and the stirring of that spoon that makes it so good.
I use a fork, and that's all the difference.
Oh, is that it?
Oh. Creates the hot chocolate. All right, guys. This week in the shopping projects completed. Busy week. We finished making all the rice people I think we're going to make for the rest of this year.
Yep.
You remember the rice people I showed you, the little cute gnomes that Mama made. You showed them last week or the week before.
Week before, whichever one.
And then we started making Post People Grinches. We got 2 of those that are already sold. One is going to an auction for charity, and then the other one is going to be going to somebody who's already bought it. And get a good view of them there. Okay. Yep. So we've got those, and Mama come up with a new way to cut the neck out there last night. Worked really fast. Worked well, didn't it, Red?
Yes, it did.
Really well. So kind of cut down the time on making those, and actually come out with a better product, I think. So looked really good. We made several sets of those 4x4 candles. Now they're painted red and white, but they look just like this. Instead of having flowers and leaves come up top, has a little battery-operated candle. Looks really neat, but something for Christmas. We made those. Made Christmas ornaments, made mice, made angels, and made some snowmen. You want to tell us?
Snowmen and penguins.
And penguins, okay.
And penguins. And Santas.
Yeah, and you want to tell us how you made some of those stuff, the mice a little bit?
The little mice are just 2 acorns or 2 acorn caps for the ears. You got the acorn itself for the face, which, you pointed out, nose. And then sweet gum ball for the body. Get a little tiny strip of gray felt for the tail and 2 little beady eyes, and you got you a little mouse, and he's cute.
I held those up last week and take a look at those. So we finished making, I think, all of those we're going to make.
Great project for the kids.
Yeah, I made a bunch of those. Sign people Grinches and scarecrows, or snowmen. We made a bunch of those. Now, if you remember, last week when we shot the video, I said as soon as we were done, we were going to make those, and I think we made like 8 of them or something like that.
We did make 8.
And you painted them and got them ready through the rest of the week. So those.
I love my paint pens. They make life so much easier.
Yeah, we're going to have to shoot a little video on those paint pens.
Paint pens are awesome.
Millhand Michael and I took the trailer where I finished the welding on the tongue of it and got the jack back on there. We moved the trailer over kind of in front of the shop, but not so directly in front of the door where we do the welding, but it's off to the side. We jacked it up, got all 4 wheels off the ground, and then took all 4 wheels off the trailer, and we'll talk a little bit more why we did that in just a little bit. And then really the big news for last week was what? We went to
Pioneer Days.
Yeah, and we had a great time. It was really good. Had a great turnout. Did really well. Can you tell some of the things we sold?
We sold a lot of the snowmen. We sold some of the Grinch post faces. We sold some of the rice people. We sold the Christmas ornaments, lots of the Christmas ornaments.
The ones we just talked about.
And the post Georgia Bulldog snowmen. Those were a hit.
Those went really
And I should have made more because I would have sold more.
And we come really close to selling one of your really nice tables.
One of my nice tables, yeah.
But even with the rain, it was a
really good turnout.
Had a little problem with the bearing on the trailer before we left. It was kind of down to the last minute if we were going to go or not, but it was right down the road, so we said, yeah, we'll do that. Went and glad we did.
Yep, had a good time.
But we're going to get that all squared away on the trailer. But that was the big news. Thank you, Daniel, Kimmy Butterbean, and the apple of Papa's eye. Anna, we appreciate you showing up. Special thanks to Bula, Michaela, and Millhand Michael for showing up and kind of hanging out.
For helping us unload and then helping us load it all back up, considering it was started raining really bad towards the end.
And they actually sat and watched the booth for a while.
Yeah, they did while we went looking around.
I ever got to walk around together with.
Yeah, and looked at everything. Yeah,
we got to watch Sawmill in action. Got to look at some of those old buildings that they moved there.
Yeah, and look at the structures of the old buildings, which was fascinating to us, anyways.
Yeah, that was really, really neat. Especially a lot of that was
1800s. That stuff built back in the 1800s, and you have to think about what tools they had to use to build those buildings. And
there's no chainsaw.
No. They didn't have any paint pens to paint something. They went out and squished the little cranberries to get the red.
That's it. So yeah, it was really, really an interesting day. Great show. We really enjoyed it. Look forward to going back next year.
Next year. Got us on the list. Yep.
Yeah. For next year. I think next year we're going to rent 2 spots. We talked about that. We're going to have one just to have lumber. We did not take lumber this time because of the rain, but plan to next year take a whole trailer full
or
of
maybe
lumber.
Get a spot where we can put the lumber behind us without having, something like that.
Something like that.
We'll get with them.
Look at it, but I'm going to go up there and walk around the place probably sometime, maybe 3-4 weeks for the show next year and kind of see what we can do. Alrighty guys, let's move on. Let's talk about upcoming for Two Dogs. We got brakes and bearings to do on the trailer that we just talked about, the flatbed trailer, the log rescue trailer. And we got to put brakes and bearings on the show trailer because we had that squeaky bearing. And Mechanic Mike, formerly Man-Size Mike, but Mechanic Mike is going to come out here and take care of all that for us. So we're going to try to get that done this week.
Former little Mikey to Man-Size Mikey. Now he's what? Mechanic Mike. All right.
Mike. We may have a cedar chest that we're going to have to cut down for somebody. He says a big cedar chest, too big to be in his living room as a coffee table, so he wants us to cut it down, make it smaller kind of all the way around. It's going to be something we're going to be taking a look at. We ran into that gentleman up at Pioneer Day. He's got our phone number. He says he's going to give us a call probably not this week or next week, but the week after, he said. He's got a couple things coming up that he's got to take care of. We got to get Christmas gifts for co-workers at Mama's Work, and what we're going to be making is a surprise. We're not going to tell you.
Right, because if they're watching it, then it would be
able to see it.
Yeah.
So we're not going to tell you. We may be looking at making some doggy beds. Tell us about those.
Now the doggy beds are made with old chairs. We got an abundance of chairs. Chairs that are half broke, half put together, whatever.
And I don't think I mentioned it, but Millhand Michael and I Sunday cleaned that
shed out all that shed.
We got 20 chairs out there.
Yeah, and they organized the chairs for me. So some we can put 2 together, make a bench. Very nice bench. I think we have a really unique set that's old. We can put together and make a bench. The other ones that aren't so old but just have the bases because the backs are broke, we're going to turn into dog beds. We're going to flip them upside down, make a bed in the bottom, make a little canopy, cut the backs off, flip it upside down if the backs aren't already off. Some of them they're already off. Flip it upside down, and then you cut the legs, you know, and it's going to make a cute little doggy bed. So that'll be a neat, interesting build.
That before, we'll do it during the winter before next show.
I also got a suitcase I can make into free off the side of the road.
That'll be neat.
That'll be
Stopped and had a sign that said free, pick it up, and we did.
Both of them,
Then we're gonna work on Daniel and Kim's shed because we gotta get that done. I'm gonna get that done for them. We're gonna work on that a little bit. And then we got to deliver a sycamore slab. Now, you remember I talked about this special young lady came out, looked, and picked out her own log, and we cut her a slab. It's in the kiln right now. So we got probably maybe, I don't know, down about 8% on the moisture right now. As of yesterday, I'm expecting to be 6 or 7 by tomorrow, because once you get down there to that 9, it really drops pretty quickly. And then we got to go look at some pine logs right across the street. Somebody contacted Mom at work.
No, that's the guy that contacted me at Ace Hardware.
Ace Hardware, that's
and
right.
Then, since he knew where I worked, thanks to Damien, he showed up at my job today.
Trying to find. Okay,
I'm not being a stalker, is what he said.
They said we're going to take a look at those probably this week. Alright guys, let's move on. Alright guys, we're going to take a little departure from our normal flow of the show, and we're going to talk about the future of Two Dogs Woodworking and Wood YouTube channel. Been some changes with the terms of service with YouTube, so this may be our second to the last or third to the last show. We just don't know. We're like anybody else on YouTube. Nobody knows what's going on. A lot of it has to do with the COPPA laws, with children protective laws. And since we are geared to the grandchildren to watch us, we did check that we are geared towards children. So we really don't know how that's going to affect us. I think the effect in the long run is going to be probably negative, to be honest with you. A lot of people say that YouTube changed the terms of service just simply so they could get rid of channels that they don't politically agree with or socially agree with. That may be the case. I don't know. Certainly we're not in a politically, I guess, motivated channel. But
not hardly.
The terms they use is anything that is not commercially viable. And that leaves the world open. They can define that any way they want. We certainly aren't making any money for YouTube. This is done kind of as the way YouTube was originally designed. Kind of, if you look back at the first YouTube video, it was called Me at the Zoo. And it was just a video sharing platform is what it was. And it was, I don't think, initially designed to be what it's turned into be. But Two Dogs Woodworking and Wood YouTube channel may no longer exist after the 10th of December. That's when the new terms of service kicks in. Just something to keep in mind, guys. Hopefully we'll still be here, but we just don't know. All right, guys, let's move on. All righty. There's some good hot chocolate. Well, that is about it for this evening. Do you have anything, Red?
No, just keep working with all of our Christmas stuff, getting ready for the new year, cleaning up, putting away, and
do more shows.
Do more shows, yeah.
Maybe even hit a farmer's market.
Maybe, yeah, that would be nice.
Up towards Athens. But I do think that is about it for this evening. Thank you for watching the video. And remember, we'd love to see you back in the shop.